welcome back to another episode of True Crime Fact or Fiction, where I present to you a true crime story, and you have to figure out, is this fact ripped straight from the headlines, or is this fiction ripped from somebody's notebook? Come on. So, without further ado, I will announce on YouTube if there was a winner to last podcast's Cash App giveaway. I asked you all to try to guess the name of the song that the therapist used to help recall the repressed memory from Diane Downs' daughter the night that they were attacked. And the song was called Hungry Like the Wolf. The therapist actually played it consistently throughout the therapy sessions to help her remember. And what I did was sprinkle throughout the dialogue of that last podcast episode lyrics from that song. And so let me just read a couple of them to you right now, going through my notes. But the first lyric drop was when she said, "Burning the ground, she broke from the crowd, and she was the best." And right after that, it was her describing Greg Aldo. He smells like he sounds. And little Tommy, he was lost, then he was found. So, were you guys able to catch it? If you know the song, then I'm hoping I didn't make it too hard. But, burning the ground, she broke from the crowd. He smells like he sounds. He's lost, then he found. And he's hungry like the wolf. And Tommy, actually, one of my favorite parts of this podcast that I recorded, the last episode, was when Tommy is describing his dream and the wolf howls out, The wolf howls out, "I'll be upon you by the midnight side." That's actually one of the lyrics from the song, and I tried my best not to crack up laughing when I recorded that, because it's just, if you guys were able to see my recording space and literally watch me in embarrassment but in pure joy record that and not try to scare the other people in the spaces around me, it would have been the most hilarious thing in the world. But I'm going to stop right there. Check us out on YouTube to see who, if anyone, was the winner of the Cash App giveaway. And let's get into this week's story. Fool you once, shame on me. Fool you twice, shame on you. As Paula got ready for bed that night, she was pleasantly surprised when her husband announced that he needed a few things for work tomorrow, and so he needed to step out and head to the store. Pleasantly surprised? Of course. This meant that Paula was going to be able to speak to her BFF on the phone while he was away and not have to worry about him ear hustling and asking for juicy details later. Of course, he's her husband. They share things. But she also knew her friend would not be happy knowing that she shared even one detail of her business with someone else. So, yay Paula. She was going to get to talk on the phone in peace. Paula kissed her husband goodbye and locked the door behind him, then hurried off to the kitchen to get herself a tall glass of ice water and her vitamins. She climbed into bed ready to chat it up with her friend, but first she texted John asking him if he could please get her a small bag of coffee grounds for the morning. Of course. She dialed up her friend and there she went. One thing led to another, and of course her friend started to cry. This seemed inevitable. She was frustrated, but what can you do? Her friend was a little bit of a drama queen, and Paula was the ever-faithful therapist. Paid therapist? No. Friend therapist? For free? Yes, of course, all the time, all day. So as they sat there talking on the phone and her friend sniffling on the other end of the line. Paula heard John. Oh, great. She knew she was going to have to hang up. But she was going to wait until he came into the room. As she sat there, she just started to get a really negative feeling. She loved her friend. She loved all of her friends. But it was a little tiring always having to be the one to fix other people's problems. Sometimes she wanted to talk about her own problems. But did she ever get the opportunity? Not really. She could count on one hand this year alone how many times she actually got to vent, like really let it off her chest. She was a good friend, but everyone had their limits. And Paula was starting to wonder if this negative feeling she had was the beginning of hers. She tried to think of multiple things she could say to get off the phone. She wanted to see John. She wanted to smell that coffee before she fell asleep, and she really was getting tired. But she just really couldn't get over this negative feeling that she really needed to get off the phone. She remembers having a feeling similar to this before, and next thing she knew, her friend's husband walked through the door while they were talking, and he was not happy to hear what they were discussing. It was very embarrassing, and Paula had no choice but to discreetly hang up the phone, even though she was a little worried about her friend. Don't get her wrong, her friend's husband wouldn't hit her or anything, but if she could describe her friend as dramatic, is it possible for a man to be even more dramatic? Paula really hated that, and John really got on her case. She needed to get off the phone. Where's John? She needed him to come in there and save her off that phone call. She could just be all like, hey, sorry, John's here, gotta go, love you, talk to you later, but where is he? She could hear him in the kitchen with the bags of groceries or whatever he bought at the store, and she just really needed to get off the phone. Where is he? Her stomach was starting to hurt. Something didn't feel right. Here, it must be time. It must be that time. Oh my goodness. The hubs is going to walk through the door any minute, and he's going to catch us on the phone, and he's going to see her crying, and he's going to assume her and Paula are discussing something that's on their out of boundaries or whatever the list is that he's called it, the do not discuss list. Ugh. John, come on, man. Just suck it up, Paula. Suck it up. Everybody's tired. Don't be rude to your friend just because you're tired. Just give her the time she needs. She'll eventually wipe her tears and let you off. This sounded good, but her stomach was starting to hurt now. Something was not right. Her stomach ached. She had a feeling in the back of her neck. She needed to get off the phone. What is going on here? Hey, love, guess what? I have to go. I really have to go. I'm so sorry. I know. I don't mean to leave you in your time of need. I know. Okay, just 5 more minutes. But then I really have to go. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay. Tell me what's going on. Are you serious? Ugh. That's not right. Oh, no, not you. I just don't feel right. Something's wrong. I gotta go, sweetie. I'm sorry. I've got to go. John! Oh, okay. Love you too. Okay, bye-bye, sweetie. Paula hung up that phone and jumped out of that bed. But as soon as she stood, she realized that this is not a bathroom issue. Something's going on here. John? Come on. Be patient, Paula. Stay calm. Don't snap at him. That's your husband. That's your man. You love him. Just go and see what he's doing. As Paula got to the kitchen, she froze. She just stood there. She didn't know. What is going on? Her body felt so heavy. Her mouth was locked in fear. She felt a pulsating fear hit her in the back of the neck and exude throughout her body as she stared into her kitchen. Her eyes looked from ceiling to floor, to table, to countertop, to walls. Everything in her kitchen was covered in black garbage bags. John had taken the bags and cut them open so that they were the max width they could go, and covered the kitchen from ceiling to floor. What in the world? Why? John? The back door opened. It was right off the kitchen, directly in front of her, across the room. But as the black boot stepped onto the garbage bag, she looked up and she saw the leg. She saw the pants. She saw the top. She saw the arms. She saw the neck. Oh God. She saw the face. John? That's not John. She stood there, face to face with a stranger in her kitchen, unable to move, unable to scream. Oh no. Guys, can I just say that I am sitting in this room recording this by myself and have just scared the hair straight up on the back of my neck. I'm gonna take a moment and process and make sure that my doors and my windows are locked while you guys comment your guess. Is this story fact or is it fiction? Did she just get fearful retelling a true crime story that actually happened? Or did she just scare herself retelling some story and needs to calm down? Let's just take a moment. You comment. I'm gonna go just right here for a second. Okay, good. Okay, time's up. What's your guess? Fact or fiction? This story is 100% fiction. But it was scary though, right? I actually wrote this story, and I apologize if it holds any relation or any resemblance to an actual crime case that happened. As far as I'm aware, this story is fictional from my own imagination. I was actually sitting in my bed with my phone in my hand, texting and looking at YouTube videos when this scenario played out in my head as I was waiting for my husband to come back from the store. So, and I just thought, what if he didn't come back and someone else came in his stead? And it just freaked me out. And I was like, oh, gotta be an episode. And so I just hashed it out, and here you go. The story is fictional. And if you want an opportunity to be a part of the true crime fact or fiction community, then head on over to Twitter and head on over to YouTube, subscribe and follow, and be a part of the comments. Leave your thoughts and opinions. These stories aren't gonna go anywhere, you know. They're there. Enjoy them, share them. It helps me out. It helps out, I'm assuming, the true crime community, because, like, why not? I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you for supporting, thank you for listening, and thank you for choosing to wake up each day and not be a criminal. I just really appreciate it. Have a good evening, everyone.